Alright guys, next step in the how to Wasteland is going to be how to build. Okay? So you're going to go to the vehicles, you're going to load up the vehicle with some supplies. Okay? From there, you're going to find a toolbox or construction truck, and at that point you can then build stuff. Right? So if you wanted to build your command tent, you would need, enough supplies to do it. Otherwise you could build a super secret squirrel stash. Okay? Now once you do this, you will be able to fully build this. Then this becomes your storage spot, so to speak, your stash in the world. Now the stash takes 30 supplies to build. Okay, but if you're going all out and you want to build a huge defensive position, like you can build a command tent. Now if you're playing Op 4 or Blue 4, once you have your command tent, you can then build the spawn beacon. It looks like a radar dish. Okay, it is destroyable, so just know that. So that if you have your radar dish in the world, okay, that enemy team can destroy it. Alright, now let's give you an example of what that looks like real quick. Oops, I need to go find a truck with more supplies, so give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, but now that we have the supplies needed, we can then build our command tent, right? So once we have our command tent down, it works like it did in Conflict. It's very similar to how it works in Conflict. Okay, so from here we're going to build our tent. Once the tent is fully built, we can then build our defenses and things along that nature. If my shovel would not be a pain. Let's get this up real quick. Alright, so now that our tent's up, we can come in here, we can stash supplies, we can do all that stuff. Now one thing that you need to know is the ammunition supply. This is, I suppose I should cover how to transfer supplies, right? So you're going to drag the supplies from your vehicle into the base storage. You're going to hit confirm, and then all of a sudden you'll see the supplies get built up there. That one is empty. That one's pretty much empty. Alright, for the sake of expediting this, I'm going to fill up my tent real quick. Okay. Now that we have our tent down, you can then start to build, okay? And now the point I was going to make is that the ammunition supply point, okay? This is not an arsenal. It does not work that way. This is a storage box, okay? So you can then use this storage box to store supplies and or gear. Okay. Now there is a current bug with this, and that's when you get too close to this, like the box could disappear and you won't be able to use the arsenal. So the workaround is just to build the other stash box that I already showed you how to build. Use that to store your items in. Okay. But you can use this also. But it's just a visual bug with the box disappearing. If you re-render it, meaning go away and come back, you'll be able to see this, okay? And just again for showing you what it looks like, just gonna fill it up real quick with supplies, if I could get it to work correctly. Well, anyway, you get the idea. So you can then transfer supplies into this thing. Okay? Now that is it for how to build. Okay, you can build as much as you want, as big as you want within the build tent radius. Okay? You have 100 meters to build in. Alright, so just know that. Now we have custom stuff that we've done, like this Hesco wall. This is a completely custom entity that we brought in. But you'll get the idea here in a second when I build it. So just know that this is in there and that you can't build these and then use these. Now what's in the works for this is we're going to add some flat surfaces that you can then stack sandbags on, because you can also stack sandbags, and the goal is just that you'll be able to have a flat area to build like a machine gun nest and things like that. Now we want to bring in the machine guns so that you could build them, cost supplies to build them, but then you have to buy the ammunition belts from the vendor. So that's in the works, and then yeah, and then we're going to try and bring in a flat area, like I said, to build off of. But so you can build all this stuff to your little heart's content. And this is how to build in Wasteland.